Hey everyone, I'm Osse101, bringing you Brandish 2 by Famicom. Get off the lore into new game screen and let her run. Brandish 2 is originally from the PC98 release for it, as well as most of the Brandish series. And then 1 and 2 got ported to Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. So this is a port, and then this is also a patched version of the game. For English text, just so everyone can read it. Do not turn off the background music. It's something I find problematic playing the later Brandishes is not having English. There's a lot of puzzles in these games, and almost all the puzzles have clues. So being able to read it helps. The main thing you notice immediately is the camera. So the character doesn't turn, the character turns the world. So do your best to get used to that. Then also there's gonna be some flashing lights. Like whenever I rest, the screen goes dark. If I get hit out of that, it flashes, kind of. And I'm gonna intentionally do that later on. Tower. Heads up for when I forget. So we're going through the prison. This is just the first level. Route change over last year, or last marathon, is I pick up this armor now. There's some bats, I guess, before even talking about the bats. A lot of the run is done at a very low level, until late game. So bats are a problem coming up. So I need armor. So I cut down on my number of deaths. Deaths are expected, but they don't lose too much time. And the ones that do lose time, I'm gonna safety saves for. So the armor, I originally did get it in the route, but I put it back in because I'm still dying to the bats. But you can do without it. Then I also learned picking up weapons saves like 2 seconds. You kill the mini boss there slightly faster. We're gonna action RPG our way through the game. Try to skip as many enemies as I can. Enemies aren't worth much experience. As you'd expect, the deeper you go in the game, the more experience everything's worth. So you want to put that off as long as you can. So it also means that these early enemies aren't even worth killing. They're just in my way. Then there's frogs. I can't even kill frogs. And coming up next is the mighty Centipede. Don't mess with the Centipede. There we had simple puzzle. Just hit the switch. The core of the game, you get the keys, you get the hammers. Those are your adventuring tools. It showed off breakable walls, locked doors, walls you can walk through. Those are all core. And now we're going through a bit more story. We got a boss fight here, and they conveniently give you a pretty good weapon for it. And it's the top option, so you can just smash through. But the boss is pretty hard, like relative to things. It has a 2-part attack, or attack is also ranged. It's pretty deadly. And dying, you gotta watch the cutscene all over again. We're talking about story. This is the story part of the run. Like here, and also right after this fight. There's a lot of story. And the story follows from Brandish 1. I'll be running that tomorrow. But you find a sword in Brandish 1. The Planet Buster. That's what this game's named after. And you gotta recharge it. And, well, they stole it. You gotta find it again. At this point in the story, it's just been stolen. Like, as soon as the first game ended, you get hexed by the Soul Master, who we meet eventually. And he just walks you into a desert until you nearly die. But then some bounty hunters also find you. And then they save your life, because they gotta collect your bounty. And that's why you're in prison at the start. While the text scroll was about at the start of the game. There's a prophecy talking about the swordsman who found the dragon killing sword. And prophet tells the king to watch out because he's come to kill dragons. And so the king kills the prophet, puts a bounty up. Various evil things happen. This cutscene tears, and that's a result of the patch. It's a nice translation, though. It's worth having the patch. It just lags all the places where text occurs. So, the shops are kind of problematic. And otherwise, you don't really notice it. But, I was looking into that for this run. How to reduce the lag. Because my emulator was having problems. And I learned yesterday that you can turn off background music. And I don't know if it reduces lag or not yet, but it does save like 7 seconds per boss fight by not playing certain noises that prevent you from moving. So, I had a pretty big time save. Of course, it's marathon, so play without background music. Here we go. A life for a life. Save me. Kill you. I think that's how it works. No idea why he does that. He's talking up all the teamwork. Or I guess you want to get paid. No can pay. These are the bats. With that armor, they kill me in 3 hits? And 3 hits is like... You get 1 movement to escape. And if they follow, I'm dead. I get the armor for safety. That there was... I call it save load. It's an anti-stuck feature. So I can warp anywhere. But I lose a level in all stats when I do it. And I'm gonna use that a lot, especially with the rat running today. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, the axe. So, the axe is a good weapon, but that means I can sell it for a lot. So, save here, put away the thing. Boss. So I don't want to hit things with the axe, because that costs money. Ow. There's a lot of hitting enemies from the side. There's like... for various reasons. That guy's a caster. So I'm just trying to dodge his spells. Roll. The Bewitcher. But there's a lot of enemies that block. Like the first boss. I have the first floor of the game, the prison. He was blocking half my attacks. And that's why my weapon broke so fast. My weapon happened to break, but I wasn't doing any damage. Okay, so the end of Cave 1, I got better armor and fire magic. Like now I'm pretty safe from bats. And fire magic is because I need a ranged attack on the next floor. But I can also use it to save 1,000 gold. I'm collecting money here. Just pick up all the valuable items. Sell them. Money wrap. I mean, time things just right, you can clip through enemies. Now we go back to level 1. Be a while yet before I leave level 1. My hammers aren't where they're supposed to be. But menuing would be slow to fix it. Live with it. There's a skeleton here. Get some extra money there. Yeah, the camera, it takes getting used to. But once you are used to it, really notice it. Just notice the game doesn't show you things. That's kind of part of the design of the camera. Like, you can't see what's directly next to you unless you turn. So they hide a lot of things that way. Like this wall right here, good example. You just normally just walk along, but you miss the path forward. The keys are also in a strange place. Well, that's why. I meant to drop that a while ago. Starter weapons sell for very little. Adonis. He's killed for being favored by gods, and so they made him immortal. He has a shrine on this island. It's a time puzzle. Unlucky. If the door closes on me, I die. I haven't seen that before. I'm gonna turn off background music. Just for the boss fight. Maybe I should wait till after. I don't know how well it'll show, but it's a lot of time save. So every boss fight, it has a music change, and then a boss kill effect, and a music change back. And you get to skip all of that by having music off. It feels like it's 7 seconds per boss enemy. And hopefully it'll help with the lag of the shop. You get to see all the items I've been picking up. $100k money, and I just need invisibility potions for the boss. Until I discover a manip you can do. Use invisibility potions. If I had a manip, I could skip the shop entirely. And get rid of these items I don't want. Okay, now we get to talk about levels. Yeah, there's a music change that was just skipped. I'm gonna get strength up. And once strength is up, I'm going to put on my swords. If I put the swords on first, then I don't have strength. And the swords break without doing anything. Yeah, invisibility is just the fastest way to do the fight. Can't even just stand and let him hit you. It's too much damage. I do 11 of those. Then swords on. I didn't really get good experience. They weren't a great number of hits. And there we skipped the death and the music back. Found that yesterday. It was cool. Yeah, so the route I'm doing today is something I've been working on for this D-Rust session for the marathon. I wanted to test out getting an endgame sword in the early mid-game. Maybe it's exactly in the mid-game. So it changes up how I go through the screen and the money routing. This guy always drops a sword. We don't need his sword. The right turn instead of a left turn. And this gets me map vision for the corner of the screen, right here. And I'll visit that later. I'll pick up a different sword. Just get the one up here. Yeah, that's like the first part of the new route I'm running. Get that piece of map vision. Gotta remember what to do right now. Okay, so I need to buy these. These weapons are the best in this area by a good deal. I'm just gonna get 2 of those and now easily overpower anything. And up here we have an arena fight. I'm gonna hold on to my hero sword just to save durability. And when you sell your main hand weapon, your offhand goes into the main hand. So here we're fighting double Ifrit. Easy to die. Ow. Another enemy. You want to fight from the side? But that's mostly because he runs away. Ifrits only attack at range, and after you hit them is when they might chase, if they see you. But the challenge there is dodging the second one. So, catchy tunes. Gonna hate playing this without music. Like some of the songs too much. Hit these guys from the side because they block. Most of the combat, you're trying for side hits. It also does more damage. But that's not that important. Here I'm just collecting money, and also the quest is to kill all the bandits. So you do the arena ifrit fight, just so you get noticed, hired by the old man. To save the little girl from the bandits. There are infinite use weapons around. This screen has one. But they're usually outdated. They're not worth picking up. It's usually the previous tier of weapon, but without that durability. Green glow is protect. It's supposed to double your defense. I think that's what it does. In the first game, it's much worse. And she tells you about the key to this chest, and that's an infinite fist weapon, but the previous fist weapon. So I use protect because he hits really hard. And then with double defense, I don't really take damage. Because it's a subtraction-based calculation. The numbers are close, then having double defense means take nothing. Oh, I meant to buy keys at the... I forgot I put that in the rat. Okay. This is the big shop visit. There's a couple smaller ones, but this is a big one. I might even come back in because I'm gonna run out of inventory space. Well, I'm gonna have to now. Oh no. It worked out. Did I get everything? Even extras. Did I get everything? I'm gonna get a protect ring. So anyway, that's the big shop visit. Now we're headed to Dark Zone. It pays you half to go into the forest and half when you succeed. But also gives you a key to the storehouse. It has 15 gold bars in it. So here we get a taste of Dark Zone. Not quite as terrible as it was in Brandish 1. But I actually pick up the dark armor. I think I have scale mail normally. That's 12 defense. Dark armor is 80. Because you die instantly if you get hit. And that's what we're going to be seeing for the next chunk of time. But these guards with shields are going to one-shot me. Unless I get a lucky block. It can happen. So that's why I bought invisibility. E-potion is invisibility. Green ring is protection. We're into the castle. And the castle, it's every enemy is instant death. I'm just gonna merrily hop my way through. Found a demon in the castle, so we're gonna befriend it. Gives me a key. All good here. Now we start gaming. Bats were too much, but these enemies I can get past. There's even a stack of invisibility in the chest there. I thought for sure he's gonna walk up behind me. Enemies are gonna turn to me if they see me next to them and then attack. Not great placement for those enemies. They also never go through doors. Only certain enemy types go through doors. That was close. Once I get to the stairs, I'm out of here. Use the warp. Game autosaves on every stairs, or every screen transition. So, easy escape. I had to do that for the key. Goddess key. On to the next place. Here they hide a revival ring in a chest that you have to close first before you get the item. Now we're into ice puzzle. That's the gimmick of the puzzle. But then there's the fast way of doing the puzzle. to skip the gimmick. And just outrun the guys. You can't fight them, they're invulnerable. But you can freeze them. Invisbot and all that. I haven't talked about weapon types. Here's a shield. Use it to block. Right now I have fist weapons on. Fist weapons are for punching, and their special effect is you can kick, but the kick does no damage. It's supposed to be triple your strength, but then your weapon damage is always higher than your strength. I had swords earlier. You might have seen that sword attacks with the offhand. Sort of randomly. So that's sword. I don't think axe has anything. Hammer lets you use it on walls. You can use weapon hammers for walls. Yeah, I picked up a red hammer already. That's a weapon hammer. Called a holy hammer. And holy lets you kill undead things. I was using a holy sword earlier. Also had a holy hammer. So that was a lucky block. In this game when you invis, you still take hits, unlike Brandish one. I just happened to block as soon as he swung his sword at me. What we want to see is punches. It. That's my safety ring. This Zipper is stronger than the other ones. This one does 40 per attack. I have about 30 health. Maybe 28. It's 30 right now, and then I'm going to lower it. Because every time I use this warp, I'm going to lower my stats in all categories. That's my health, max mana, strength, and spell power and magic. I'll go down by 1 every time I warp like that. Here's the flashing part. And pretty find this is Amoeba Man. Terrible enemy. Okay, so I'm gonna use iframes from loading. So I don't die, but I still get the experience gain from getting hit. So normally I can't survive these hits, but with invulnerability, you can do anything. I'm gonna do this just enough to live. It's raising my magic defense. And now I'm getting hit for all my health, but I'm living. And I'm gonna go through the whole stack of health potions. And this is how you raise magic defense. It has a unused space system for experience, where for health level ups, it's per kill as your use. Everything else is like every time hitting with your weapon or casting a spell. Getting hit by magic. Very easy to mistime this or misjudge the breakpoints. That's just a lot of time lost. I have to kill him, and he's the worst enemy. You have to. Oh, perfect. Died. That was perfect, and then I died. Okay, so the technique is invisibility to get him to shoot, and then protect to survive the shot. That went better, even though he split up. If you have him cornered where he was, between the holes, then he can't split apart. These guys I need invisibility for. Or else they're just gonna throw forever. Gained a level from killing Amoeba Man. Take that away. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to catch enemies when walking up behind them. Using a few more invisibility than I'd like, but I bought extra. Here's the Spirit of the Prophet. Benedict. Predicted the fall of the kingdom. So he died. Here I'm going to raise another step called Mick. I've never died here. I'm going to try to save a lot. Demonic grasp begins to loosen on the sword. The sword cannot be used by itself anymore. It's absorbed the power of the universe. Requires shield and armor set now. This is the Planet Buster, it's my sword. Now it's too powerful to use. And Dayla's back. Tried to drown her. Kraken. Came back. So I'm going to use her to raise magic power. There's some physical immune enemies later. Okay. Now we have the centerpiece of the route. I'm going to jump off the tower. The reason I did that funny looking corner warp is because you can fall off the edge of the tower, and there's tiles that push you around. Also, these pits drop you down a floor. And then every time you're changing floors, it's saving. Now, big detour. 2-minute detour. You can believe it. Also, I'm gonna drop all of my levels. So I think int and magic resist is around 30. So they don't feel it too bad, but level is 6, and that's going down to 1 is the minimum. Strength was 20, and it goes to about 15. So, gonna feel it in the stat points. Already hard enough to dodge enemies. Doing it at level 1. But it's all for this late game sword. And its infinite durability. So, bit of a secret weapon. I want to get away from that. And I want to do my menu. I'm a little worried about the fireballs, but it seems they were survivable. My magic resist is still in a good place. We got a boss fight. This comes right after the Dela fight. The cloud that came out of her. Is this guy? The Soul Master. Okay, so same technique. Ninjas run away if you're just invisible. No, they don't. Anyway, ninjas do the ranged attack when you're invisible, and that locks them in place. Oh, I meant to kill some of the axe ray. Oh well. It'll just be even lower level. So I use invisibility to not chase after the ninjas. Can't have too many levels. Gotta keep lowering my level. And now we're back at the start of the game. The difference is I have a book. That in a box. Book. The book lets you progress. Against ninjas, it's protect is for the damage. Invisibility so they do the ranged attack. And just kill them fast. But then with this sword is 100 damage. The fist weapon was 40. So big power spike. So the route changes where I don't need to grind strength on the Soul Master like I used to, because I have plenty of damage now. So I can put that off till later when it's more efficient. Here's where I need magic. They're immune to physical. And I'm gonna kill various enemies to get my level back up. Don't need the book anymore. Don't need scale mail anymore. It doesn't sell for much. Still picking up some money here. There's a final shop, and it has really expensive items. And we're gonna hear the bouncing fireballs for the rest of the floor. I picked up silver armor and that lets me survive hits. I think the big armor guys can kill me. This puzzle. Designed just to be annoying. Here we have a non-puzzle. Put the key in the door. Oops. I think I saved. Showing off that my fireballs use my magic stat. Trap is set. So it's my fire damage against my magic resist. And that results in me dying. Here we have conveyors. Half the chests are filled with bombs. Oops. I just get the items I want. From here on, I'm trying to save rings of revival. Also gonna do another magic resist grind here. He's hit about as hard as Amoeba Man, but they shoot faster. And I'm just trying not to die too fast later on. We're coming up on a boss that used to be a challenge. It's a DPS race boss where whoever gets their hits in wins, and it still is that way. But I have more damage now, so it's a little better. Just gonna use rest to save on potions. I don't really need them. A lot of hitting switches to open doors elsewhere. Save. That's what I want. Also, which weapon? More damage. Oh, I want to double. This item. Okay. I can do the fight better this time. Remember, I have double. I get this from conveyor 4. I'll double. It doubles my attack. Probably not important that I have the fist weapon on. I'm not cooperating. I actually hit him, he just dies. If he hits me, I just die. That's how the fight goes. Jumping faster than walking, you haven't noticed. You haven't deduced. But it's not by much. Very little. Inventory is a little disorganized for how I want it. That's how it goes. We're back in Castle. Lab just sends you to Castle and you can continue from here. Probably one of the switches at the end. Release the seal on this area. And this takes us to Dark Zone. Dark Zone proper. So this part is the pits. I adjusted. I bonked an enemy and had to fix it. Dark Zone's known for the pits. Makes sense. So the pits there would have dropped me to a basement floor. But I was able to dodge that. Mr. Manta Ray shoots fireballs, and they're pretty deadly. Coming up here, we have an arrow trap. I just love to show off. Double shields. Shield for the front and a shield for the back. Gonna shoot ice blasts at me. That enemy's not that dangerous. But he ever hits you, then you die. Doesn't really try too hard. Okay, now we're to Fortress. That's it for Dark Zone. Dark Zone 2, not that bad. New shield. Funny. That sword is good damage. That's a pretty good upgrade. Without my Murmasa, I'd be using that sword. And we're approaching where a Murmasa is. Got a little careless. Whoops. See, I lived that time. Be careless sometime. And a lot of the game is just played where you can die at any moment. So I'm trying to hit enemies as they're walking towards me or on the side. Jumping over them is risky, but you can kinda get used to it. I want that. I think I put it in the wrong place, too. That's where the key goes. Talk to Fred, he gives me a key for the door here. This guy. Yeah, Protect would work on the Lizardmen too, but I only have one use left. I got little doors. And then this gets safer just because my max health goes up as I'm killing more of them. But I want to kill as many as I can to raise my strength value. Comes a point where I need strength again. It's gonna be Fortress 6. Wow. Shown. But you have to save before doing the warp. No time loss, really. And then here's the shop. I'm gonna have a pile of extra money, probably. Because I haven't really optimized this. Pretty confident that this route's slower by a bit over a minute. The detour to get the sword is just too long. Oops. But it saves me from managing all these smaller swords. I got to skip the strength grind. That took back a lot of time. Then here's where I buy mana potions, but I already bought some. Buy more. I can buy whatever I want. I have the money. Oops. Blue bottle. Same. This barrier magic, it's the same as green ring. And I bought armor. So you don't really need the armor. Except for the bats on Fortress 6. Darn bats again. Then I got some keys I don't really need. But I use exactly all my keys. It's not the most comfortable thing. And doing a newish route. Kill all the harpies here. Jumping around. And also, this is how I raise my strength. Like the flame ogres here, they even just get up again. But I need strength levels. Levels aren't important anymore. After the first few kills on this floor, they're for safety. Probably need a few more after, dude, for the deeper levels, safety-wise. But eventually, it slows you down having more levels. Or more max health and mana. Because then I'll be waiting on my mana bar to refill when my health bar not letting me die fast enough. But this floor is pretty slow. Of course, all the enemies are randomly wandering. So they can be anywhere, and they can also go into places you've already checked. Oh no. I'm getting hit by the teleporter puzzle. When what the screen looks like doesn't make sense to me, then teleporter puzzle. But yeah, this is the shield. Save. I need a shield and armor to use my sword. This is the shield. And what I was running around doing for the first half of this floor is collecting these statues. And that lets you pick it up. Otherwise, the boss respawns. Then I can just take the other exit. Maybe skip on walking. Maybe not, who knows? RPs could be anywhere. Last one. I can do the torch puzzle. Itself takes a lot of walking. The end game kind of drags on. A lot of the floors get a lot longer, and you have to do more of them. It's when you have to walk around it multiple times. The first floor I had to go through, fully explore every part of it. Not yet. Marked on the mini-map where I need to go. And then the arrow on the mini-map is which direction I'm facing. Leaving the mini-map on and the inventory open, or visible, so you can see what I'm doing. I think having the map helps a lot, because the screen is hard enough to follow. We have Medusa. Medusa has Petrify, of course. And that's instant death, effectively. And this is a teleporter maze, but it's pretty linear. They got mazes in Brandish 3 that are way harder to follow. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave her. Figure it out. We're enemies after all. I'm into the end game now, where enemies are really juicy for experience. It's where you might see me going out of my way to kill things. Earlier on it was skip as much as possible. Now it's a mushroom. Hit it with my swords. Let me stand here for however many seconds that was, and just gain 4 levels. Juicy experience. Bats are jerks. As for opening chests, I do that all the time. When routing an RPG, you're always going to forget what are in the chests. Eventually. And Like there comes a point where those items weren't originally useful, but then they are again. So like in this game, the development of this game throughout. Originally, I didn't use invisibility or protection at all. And then eventually, they became great items to have. So I had to go back and open random chests, see if there are any free ones. I guess I looked through the maps. Some ripped maps. But those are for the P98 version of the game. And then like always minor things like health potions that you don't really want to have to look up where they are, but they could be useful with the route. So a lot of the time you want to just open random chests and see if it's anything good. Go a little out of your way. I thought that was red key. Okay. A lot of the swords, I don't remember which exact type of sword they are. It's important to have enough of the good sword doing the not Muramasa route. But at this point, like, I've picked up another Muramasa. At this point, we're supposed to be. To do the anti-stuck warp, you have to press R or L when loading. Just modifier buttons. I'll plan on using health potions for a while. But why do I have the sword still? Menuing is like the hardest thing to get good at, because it always comes so late in the route, and it changes whenever you're changing things. And in this game, like there's durability that's randomized on your weapons. Yeah, this has a translation patch, not an official release. I think the patch is... The English version isn't this way. Only released in Japanese. But it was released twice. There's an expert version of the game. I changed my mind. I want health potions. I feel like I had a good way to fight this guy, but I forgot it. Maybe it's just invisibility. But there's a fan translation for the older version of the game from recently. The 98 version. Air quotes recently. This patch is pretty old. ever since I started speedrunning the game. Yeah. Very thankful for it. Yeah, there's an expert version of Brandish too. Comes with easy and hard mode. Hard is enemies have double health, and easy gives enemies double experience. So this is fun to play. Yeah, this isn't expert. Expert, like, this would align with normal mode of expert, but then I haven't thoroughly checked to see if there's differences. Happy Fun Pit. It's actually going pretty slowly for Happy Fun Pit. Don't normally give me much trouble at all. Even this last guy is dodging. That was really slow. I'm supposed to go left. I've gone right for so long. Forgot about the change. So here, the last of the route changes. Not working in my favor. I'm going to take off my sword and punch this Minotaur. The Minotaurs have the highest experience of enemies in the game. From when I went through and checked all the enemies. Minotaurs and the Rock Sashes on this floor are just the best experience. So I used to fight Curl and get all my level ups off of him. Now I can kill a Minotaur. You don't really need to. It just makes the Curl fight easier and saves time on the final boss. Save cycles. Makes it more consistent. Yeah, there's the real warp magic. Now I don't have to level down anymore when I want to teleport. Stop taking my level downs. I guess it was Top of Fortress was the last one. But that only sets up the worst enemy. these eyes. They'd be holders? Oh, yeah, it's up here. Where's he going? They show up on the minimap. He's going down. That was good luck on the beholders. The idea is to warp around the map and take them out. But the longer they're alive, the more map they erase. And they get harder to find. Just a extremely rude enemy. I'm here for revival rings. This floor also extremely rude. We'll see in a minute. Gonna have lobsters, crabs, and don't remember what they're called. Those white things, the clams. Save any. Save for safety. Mono drone. So if I'm killing things, it's just because they're in my way. No other reason to kill anything at this point. But they are very in the way. Oh, warp magic is a full mana bar. Pretty much a mana pot per warp. Sure. The lobsters do high physical damage, the mono drones are high magic damage. And the crabs just shove you around. Trying not to fall in the pit. I feel like I've never fallen in that pit. I don't really know where it goes. Oh. Well, that explains my low damage. I didn't have the sword on the whole time. Whoops. Making some mistakes this run. Yeah, the plants aren't really aiming, so invisibility doesn't affect them. Missed my exit. Camera rotation has just become their thing. But they do build the puzzles around it. In a way. I can die to Arachne. Don't die as quickly as to the Medusa, but I can die. It's just a ring. With my ring count, I could probably skip it. Yep, we're on solid pace. Like any of my practice runs where I kept having tech problems, or various problems. Pretty good pace. Beating estimate. So here's Carl. I guess he's gonna run away today. Thanks, Carl. Most of the time, he just comes right at me. There's no point chasing him down. He's gonna run away. Yep. Old route was to gain strength on the horse. The new route does it on the Minotaur. And so I just end this fight as fast as I can. And you don't want to have to fight a second form. But Carl plays a lot like Ares. Ares, my character. Never mentioned that. But he's the sword and shield swordsman who uses magic. But he leveled his magic, so it's kind of deadly. Carl's goal the whole game was just to duel Ares. His other goal was to save the kingdom, but he gave up on that. He saw how powerful the bad guy was. Despair. Then Helen had the secret to beating the bad guy. Seal stone. Here. You just drank the whole stack. Wonder why I have 5 keys. I should have 10. I remember back in town, I bought an extra set of keys. And that was a 10 stack. Oh, maybe I missed some keys somewhere. I get safeties. Brandish 3 and 4 are all about playing through the games on different characters. That, I want that. For the boss. So this is final boss. We're about to end. Just some lore and some cutscenes. Some boss fight. Gameplay. First phase is straightforward. Second phase, I'm going to take some intentional deaths so I can focus on hitting him. PB in this game is hour 30. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm mostly watching out for eye laser. I can take a hit or two from his fist. And we got this wacky final boss. Brandish has the wildest final bosses. That was not a good start to the boss. And I fight him by collecting all these rings. I can just take the hit and die. If you don't die right away, he can be on top of you, and then you just die as soon as you get up. So that's why I don't want to put on protect or have extra health or anything. Okay, now we do all. Okay, took a game over. Don't see that often. There's really not much I can do against them. Didn't need that time loss, but this is a really good time for what I've been running lately. Sub 140. Brandish too. So yeah, I run all the Brandish series. 3 is really fun. It's just long, and it's played on PC 98. It's a 4-hour run. But the final boss in that's like 15 minutes. There's time to be saved there. The Brandish 3 is also a fun run. You can turn the game speed way up, and it's just really, really fast. And you get a pretty strong defensive item kind of early on, and so you don't worry about dying too much. But it's just so long that it's hard to show off for practice. All the games have pretty mean sections, namely Dark Zone. And then Brandish 1, I'm running tomorrow night for the marathon. So we'll get to see that. Also found new tech for that game. So I can lower my PB in that as well as this. So with that, hope you all enjoyed Brandish too. Continue enjoying the marathon.